welcome to today's video where we will be learning how to create a moving graphic of the moon phases. We'll be using an online platform called Scratch in which students can create coding projects. To access Scratch, one simply has to go to this website, scratch.mit.edu. For this project, I created a skeleton to help students spend more time on the coding. To find the skeleton, they can simply look up phases of the moon, skeleton, in the search bar, and Scratch will pull up this project that I created. When they click on the skeleton, it'll appear and they will be able to see inside of it. Once they see inside, if you click on that, they will have the moon phases that I created in the costumes all ready for them to focus specifically on the coding. To start, we have to have an event in which we'll trigger whatever it is that we want to happen. So in this case, I chose when the little green flag is clicked. You can choose when the space bar is pressed or when the sprite is clicked, whichever one is best for you. I decided to choose this one. Once you have your event chosen, we're going to go to looks, and we want the moon to start at the first phase, which is a specific costume. So we're going to click on this code called switch costume to, and then we're going to change it to the first phase of the moon, which is the new moon. In order to adjust its position, we have to actually drag our moon to the position in which the new moon appears. Once it is there, we want it to stay there. Therefore, we go to the motion tab and we want to go to X and Y. Because we've already moved it to the specific place, that place is inputted into the coding on the left. That way you don't have to try to guess which X and Y. I like to do it better this way. All right, so now we click on it and we're going to put that there. So let's say I move it around for the sake of showing you. And when I press on this to check, it'll move to that spot. All right, so that's step one. Once you've had this, we want to make it move. So in order to make it move, we have to find glide, but we don't want it to move to the same position it's in. So you're going to move it to the next phase of the moon. And we're going to click on glide. We're going to use this one. The glides certain amount of seconds to XY position. And I'm going to have it glide in 2 seconds so that it has a little bit of time to get there. And we can truly see the motion. I'm going to test it out by clicking on it. And it works. So in order to change what it looks like, we're going to go to looks. We're going to click the next costume because I have the costumes in order according to the moon phases. So one does not have to worry about that specific situation. After we have next costume, I want it to wait a little bit. So we're going to go to controls. We're going to click on wait 1 second so that we can see it change costumes. So when we click on it, it'll get there, arrive, change costumes, and then wait before moving again. So we want it to move to the next phase. We're going to go to motion again. We're going to move our moon first to the next position. Once we have it ready, we're going to click on glide to the specific position. We're going to change this to 2. And then we're going to go to next costume again. Then we're going to find the weight control. And we're going to test it to make sure everything's working properly. So it glides, stops, glides, and stops, and changes costume. Perfect. All right. Then you're just going to keep repeating. officially finished your creation of the moving graphic of the moon phases. So in order to test it, as you saw before, you can simply click on the little green flag for it to go, or click on the coding itself. No coding has to be done for the Earth or the Sun because those don't move, just the moon. And you're done. If you want it to repeat endlessly, you can. If you click on Control and you go to Forever, or if you want it to repeat a certain amount of times, you can. If you click on Forever, you just make sure that it's enwrapping everything else like this and not a specific section. So everything after when the flag is clicked, and it'll go on forever. And that is the final code. Make sure that all the glides are 2 seconds and that the weights are in there. And of course, you can always check by clicking the green flag, as I said before. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me.